A GOP lawmaker is reviving legislation that would essentially legalize silencers in the United States. Now, silencers are currently legal, but an individual who wants to obtain them has to go through quite a bit of obstacles in order to do so. And part of the reason why is because silencers silence guns, and they're oftentimes used by criminals. So making them widely available is probably not the best idea. Now, Representative Jeff Duncan had originally presented this bill, but after the shooting involving Representative Scalise, they decided to kind of retire it for a little while, and now they're bringing it back. Now, Duncan introduced the silencer provision in a broader bill known as the Sportsmen, Heritage, and Recreational Enhancement Act, or SHARE Act.
Because assassins are sportsmen, so you know.
Okay, so what is his argument in favor of the silencers? Because here's the reality, law enforcement against legalizing or making these silencers easier to obtain, right?
Blue lives matter.
Okay, so
Blue lives matter.
Cops don't like it. It's used by really bad guys out there, criminals. So what's his reasoning? He's like, well, you know, the thing is, these hunters go out there, they're hunting, it's loud, and I really want to make sure I protect their hearing. I kid you not, that is the excuse that he's giving, which is unbelievable. And by the way, this isn't just a Republican thing. There are 4 Democrats who have co-sponsored this legislation. I'll give you their names in just a second. But you know, I'm also concerned about ear protection for hunters, which is why I would recommend this.
Oh yeah,
that looks good. Or this.
Or get Beats or something.
Or here's another one. Let's take a look. All right, here's a hunter modeling one of these devices.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, looks like his ears are safe. Okay, we're ear muffing the hunters. Okay, look, here's the thing. This is nonsense, and that excuse just further reinforces my feelings of how nonsensical this is. And in terms of the Democrats who have supported this, you have Representative Gene Green from Texas, Representative Henry Weller from Texas, Representative Colin Peterson, Representative Peter DeFazio.
Really, DeFazio is very progressive. That's disappointing to see that.
Yeah, so.
Okay, the part of the story that amazes me actually is, as Anna pointed out, it's not, we're America. It's not like you can't buy a silencer if you want to assassinate someone. You can. We believe in weapons, all sorts of weapons. It just takes you a little longer. So what the government says is, hey, you know what? You got to submit for fingerprints and take a photograph in order to purchase a silencer, and it might take all the way up to 9 months. Now, the people who don't want to be fingerprinted and have their picture taken when they're buying a silencer are the people who are usually going to murder someone. Now, if you're going to go shoot deer and you're really, really concerned about your hearing and the Beats thing is not working and etc., okay, then okay, golly gee, you know what, I'll think a little bit ahead here. And if you, what conservatives always tell me about warrantless wiretapping and other things is, if you haven't done anything wrong, you got nothing to worry about, right? Why, are you planning to kill someone? Okay, then
why do you guys need silencers? There has to be a better reason. Like if ear protection is the only reason you have, and there are already devices that people can just easily buy, you need to come up with a better reason, bro.
I have one. Weapons are generally like, you know, they're quiet. Firearms are really loud to where the headphones just don't work. So all of our good Americans who carry firearms for protection and hunting purposes, I mean, they're so loud in their ears, it doesn't happen. So they need silencers for their things because they're cooler Americans. It's a toy thing is all it is. You know how much cooler it is if you have a gun with a silencer on it and you show off to your friends, hey, check this out. Yeah, I'm cool.
It's also a weapons manufacturing thing. They want to make money.
Firearms manufacturing thing. Stop with this, what are you doing?
With the whole weapons talk, they're just firearms.
I'm sorry for the defamatory language toward the gun, okay?
Okay, no, but Jared is exactly right. They saw it in the movies, they want to buy another cool toy. And I hear you, brother, when I hear the movie, you know what, I might even have it here. Okay, it sounds cool.
Does it?
I think so. Okay, I'm going to keep it real.
Sounds like a struggling fart. That's what it sounds
okay, all right, fair enough. That's your interpretation.
Okay.
And you want to buy those toys, and the manufacturers want to sell those toys, but sometimes those toys are used by really dangerous men, and sometimes they kill cops. So I think it's okay if we have your fingerprints. If you're shooting deer, you're not going to have any issues with it at all. But if your gun is used to murder someone, at least we know who the assassin is. Not too much to ask for. But for these guys, what do you mean, man? It impinges on my freedom. I'm a sportsman and also a snowflake with really bad hearing.
Can we also just finally accept the fact that Republican lawmakers and the NRA only pretend to support cops? Because in reality, they're in favor of armor-piercing bullets, which cops are obviously against. They're in favor of these silencers, which cops are obviously against. They don't care about Blue Lives Matter either. They care about profits, because in America, profits always are considered more important than human lives, regardless of who you are or what you do for a living.
That's such a great point, and I'll end on this. So when Black Lives Matter does a protest, that apparently endangers cops with their voices. But when people buy armor-piercing bullets and silencers that cops are worried might murder them, that apparently is not a real issue. So bullets that can kill cops, not an issue. People saying, hey, please stop killing us in a protest, which is protected by the First Amendment, that's the real issue. So those are the guys that Fox News, et cetera, calls terrorists. The guys who buy the silencers and the armor-piercing bullets. I don't know if you know this, but not a lot of people, bad guys wearing armor, it's usually the cops, okay? But those guys who are intending to buy things that normally kill cops, good Americans, good patriotic Americans. Insane priorities. Help us build independent media. Become a member of the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.